Boom, we are live. Oh, look at that new little live joint over there. All right, I see y'all stream y'all. Listen, this is the Friday Live brought to you by the Hood. I'm the host as always. My name is Jimmy. I got my brother Corey with me. Corey, what's up, good brother?
Was really good, man.
Everything good with you?
Yeah, busy but good,
Man,
man. You know, I'm getting
I
these
see, I
kids
see you
together.
busting a nice grub.
Oh yeah. It's dinner time around these parts.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
we my kids getting ready to go back to school next week,
Mm-hmm.
a week and a half from now. Um, my son ready to go to college, so I gotta get him there. And we all on this side of the world. We all still Philly side where all of this happening in Houston. So I gotta get them from here to there with all their stuff and get them ready for school. And I also got to get him, my oldest son, ready for college. Check out his dorm before we put him in there. Because if he don't got air conditioning, he ain't going.
All right, listen, man. Corey got a lot going on, but listen, this is our Friday Live show. For those that have maybe tuning in for the first time, we just come on here, we kick it with our folks. We talk about a couple topics and just see where the conversation goes. If you are coming in, please let us know who's here. Also, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the love button, just show us some love. That will be appreciated and helps us fight the algos. Our folks are starting to come in. Shout out to our brother Mark, who's here early today. What's good, Mark? How are you, good brother? All right, Cookie's in the building as well. What's up, Cookie? How are you? Um, as we go through the show, towards the end, we do our giveaway. We do a giveaway every week. Latoya's in the building. Don't let them be in those unsafe conditions, Latoya says. And Mark says, damn right, Corey. Kahan, what's good, bro? How are you? How are you? Yeah, man. Corey, you all right, bro? You all right over there?
Yeah, CJ left his charger in my car, and I'm looking for my car keys so I can let him in. All right, he got him. He had him in his
Got
pocket.
it. K Diggy checking in from Baltimore.
Yizzo was
What's
really
up?
good.
What's good? How's things in Baltimore? How things in Baltimore? Yeah, man. So it's a lot going on in the world, man. Today's conversation is interesting because we were talking a little while ago, me and you were, and I asked you, did you see that video? And I'll show the video in a second. But it was a gentleman talking about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Dr. J. But it just also it's two things. It was another video too. This other boy was spitting bars, which was so crazy, and he was talking kind of about the same thing. So I'll share both videos. But it was about relationships and how your village and your relationships are the true wealth that we really should be focusing on, just because you never know. We talked to our kids in the camp about that. Like, yo, y'all should be networking, and if y'all got YouTube channels and social media, follow each other. Like, really learn how to provide value to each other.
Yep,
You know what I mean?
just be
Jose
present.
is in the building. Peace, Jose, peace. Yeah, K Diggy said he saw that video today about Dr. J. Yeah, so I'm gonna share that in a minute. That was an interesting video though. Jose, I owe you an inbox too with those the jump from last week. My bad, beloved. I got you as soon as I get off here. They can either place him in an apartment or cash those funds out so you can get him living conditions that meet your standards. And what Latoya is talking about, Core was talking about his son going to college and him having to get room and board for his son, and he's just preparing in case they don't have his dorm ready. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, you gotta do is you can't put him in unsafe conditions, man, and those are unsafe conditions. And folks like to act like they're not until so a tragedy happens.
Yeah, especially in Texas, it's like 110 every day.
Yeah, it's man, yo, the weather is insane, bro. Shout out to our brother Jay Johnson, man, because he's out there in Phoenix, and the temperatures he be talking about, man, don't even make sense to me. They like triple digits just be like a norm.
Yeah, my wife, we right outside Houston, and she said it's triple digits every day.
Yeah, yeah. I was going through it earlier today. It was when I was outside, it was about like 93.
Yeah, but it feels like 170
Dog,
because
listen, I was complaining, bro. I'm like,
yo,
yo, what is this?
I just came from the supermarket. I got out my car to walk to the supermarket. I was soaking wet by the time I got from my car to the front of the supermarket because the supermarket nice and cool.
Mm-hmm.
By the time I got out my car, We got to the Super Bowl. I was soaked, and it wasn't raining. It's so humid. Like the humidity is nutty.
Yeah. Tay, what's good, Tay? How are you? How are you? All right, man. So let's get to some of these videos, get into this conversation, see what y'all, folks thinking about it. I've been complaining all week because of the heat. She says it was 105. It's the humidity. When my glasses fogged up, I knew we were in for some BS with this weather. Yo, that happened to me, and I was like, hold on. Because, again, I just started wearing glasses recently during the pandemic because my doctor was like, yo, you're staring at your screen too much. So he gave me these glasses with this little tint or whatever. So, I'm getting used to them. The funny thing about it, Core, I have never wore glasses in my whole life. And started wearing them during the pandemic, right? And I'm like, all right, protect my eyes, blah, blah, blah. But now I feel weird without them. Like, I don't even need them in all situations, but now I feel like I feel weird without them.
Yep.
It's weird how that happened. Because at first I was like, man, I can't get used to wearing no glasses.
We still spending an inordinate amount of time staring at screens.
So. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it's probably, sad to say, like majority of the work I do is in front of a screen. So I spend it. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I always got them on. But even when I don't need them, like when I'm not in front of a screen, like I've been eating my glasses. Like it's weird. It's weird how that happened. But yeah, to Latoya's point, that happened to me too. I got out the car. My jaw said, woof. I said, oh, it's nutty out here. Yes, I don't know how y'all deal with that heat, y'all folks in the West Coast, man. Shout out to y'all though. I guess y'all used to it. Are you going to talk about Peacock? They're down $1.3 billion and expecting a $3 billion loss for the year.
That's ugly.
Man. Yeah, that's nasty word. That's nasty.
That's ugly.
Aaron, where you located, Aaron? I'm not asking for your address or nothing. I'm just saying, like, where are you? Like,
what part of the country?
Yeah. A shot to you for the 2-mile walk, though.
Yeah.
Joe Vaughn's in the building. What's good?
Years old.
Light blockers. They something like that. Something like that. You know what I mean? I had to do a visit, and the lady had no air conditioner. She was running a dryer, 90 degrees. Hold up, though.
She was running her dryer?
She was asking for trouble.
For a lot of trouble.
She was asking for trouble. Like,
Yeah,
GC's in the building. What's up, GC?
Nasty.
How are you? Oh, so he in South Carolina, man. So, yeah.
Yeah, he down there with that dumb heat.
Yes, I know it's hot down there, bro. At least I assume it is. I don't know what's up when you do that. Like, the screen, like, you got a blue tint on the joint. I don't know. But it is what it is, though. All right, man. So, listen, man.
You want me to turn the light out?
No, you good now. I'm going to get into this first video. So, the topic that we're going to talk about tonight briefly, and we're going to do our giveaway, is about relationships being wealth. Me and Court talk about this often because a lot of opportunities that we've been given, and we provide opportunities as well, but a lot of it comes from people in our network in our village. And honestly, some of you guys on here have helped us tremendously throughout the years, who are watching with us now. And, what we recognize is sometimes relationships can help you and get you in doors that money can't. So when we talk about Black wealth and we talk about building wealth all the time, we like to talk about different strategies, different tools, different asset classes. But one of the things
talk about our favorite asset class, the dust.
Yeah. And I think relationships are something that we really need to focus on. Now, that doesn't mean that you should go out there and just be a user, right? You got to provide value as well, and be genuine with it too. Yeah, used to be in Philly, Chester, Wilmington. I went to Dell State for a minute. Shout out to the Philly Greek. Okay. Oh, the Philly Greek. I don't, let me be quiet for some, because those were wild times. Let's put it that way. Shout out to the Philly Greek though. But I'm no comment. I'll move on. I see Corey said no comment. I'm gonna move on though. Y'all plan on talking about Jaylen Brown and that $304 million contract. I know we're going to talk about it on Tweet Talk, and I'll be listening to you guys talk about it. So I did post
about it for a minute. We're going to talk about the board turning down $1 billion. Shout
out to my guy Mbappe. Yo, but the thing about Jaylen, right? So just briefly, since you brought it up, I thought it was interesting. I posted it on our page, but I was like, my man probably should have kept that. Two things went through my mind immediately, right? I got to be completely honest. The first thing is, you going to start that in Boston? Like,
yeah, you wild.
That's the first thing. The second thing is, I don't know if my man should have said that out loud. I think sometimes it's this constant balance, right? Because sometimes you say things out loud because it inspires others. But sometimes you got to move in silence, man. Like, you got to be like Sam Greenlee. Like,
he said a lot. He ain't giving the whole game plan, but now they know he's coming. and it's kind of weird to say that because it's 2023, and
Listen,
everybody's talking about everything, but the powers that be is really they wicked, man. You gotta be careful out here.
Listen,
and the other thing I thought about, I ain't gonna lie, I had a third thought, but it's just me because I am who I am.
You want to share it?
I mean, you know, his bedroom is kind of alabaster. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's not though. He's with he with Bernice, man. What you talking? We've been with Bernice for like 2 years.
For real?
Yeah.
He changed out that bunny he had on his arm.
Listen, he with Bernice, man. Listen, shout out to Bernice. Bernice a grandma now, like, but he with Bernice right now, dog. Just go Google it.
He changed out that alabaster chick that he had. I don't really follow them there.
I'm just telling you, I don't follow him, but I follow her. Let me shut up. Anyway, he with Bernice now, man. I'm just gonna put it that way. Shout out to Bernice.
Good to him. Well, now you know my what's the names have been.
You know Bernice is fired because she go by one name, but that's either here or near that.
I leave it alone.
Michelle's in the building. What's good with you? Detroit's in the building. Jamil, what up, though? How are you? What was the name of the workaround site that allows you to look behind newspaper? See, I ain't trying to put that out there out loud. Jamil, I will inbox you.
Inbox that.
Yeah, because you trying to get me clapped out here. Pause. But, you know, and what it allows you to do, I just want to put this on the record. I'm not telling you how to get other people's content. It allows you to archive certain articles. That's what it does. Let's just put that out there. Let's talk about relationship capital. That's real. Absolutely. Like even Tweet Talk. Me and Tweet Talk started building, and Tweet Talk be sending me all sorts of resources during a week, and I definitely appreciate that, brother. Like I looked into the that society you sent me. I didn't even know that was a thing. So, you know, so shout out to Tweet Talk, but absolutely, relationship capital is a real thing.
Nobody knows everything.
Latoya has helped us tremendously,
man.
We can't function without Latoya, yo.
In every single way, like we terrible. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah, like, we can't function without Latoya. That's just
behind the walls. Sometimes we're kind of terrible.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So she said what I thought too about the boy. Like he's in Boston saying that he made sure it's like but salute to him though. Like Mark says,
man, listen, man, you can't get it done. Being
him saying that like might have sparked something in another athlete. You know what I mean? Like if they see him talking like that.
They might back them up, you know what I mean? Like they might not need the powers that be in that city to move.
I mean, that's if you believe MJ actually moves in silence, man. I got, I'm not saying he don't. I don't want nobody coming at me because I know how Mike fans are.
He ain't really moving silence either. My man just didn't move. He moved different, but he ain't moving silence.
Yeah, I don't think Mike thinks about those issues, man. Mike just want to wear terrible jeans and be with Hispanic women. That's all he want to do.
And
smoke cigars.
Smoke cigars and gamble.
Yeah, that's all he want to do. Shout out to Mike, though. He should have kept that to himself and off the radar for as long as possible. Now he won't get much done. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. More money for him to trick off. Congrats.
I can't argue with that.
Ashley is in the building. Ashley, you won this week in our competition to see who can find the most ratchet content on. She gonna deny this, but I'm telling you, she won. So shout out to Ashley. I was reading Mbappe deal, and I was really like, I gotta get my life together. There's way too much liquidity out there.
I'm sorry, I read the comments.
That oil money is different, and it's funny because I was talking about this with my homies on the World Cup, right? Because I was looking like Mbappe for what he's already accomplished at such a young age, and I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, well, he's going to have so many cracks at contracts because he was like, what, 24, 25?
Yeah, man.
And he's already one of the best in the world.
He already turned it down. He's making 100. I didn't know he was already making 100 M's a year.
Bro, he's been making that. Like, that's what I'm saying.
But I'm lost because I was like, he can turn down a B, but he's making $100 million a year. So,
yeah.
When you're making $100 million a year, I mean, a B is a lot for 1 year.
It's a lot of bread, bro. But I mean, a lot of folks don't want to play. But that's why they offer the money they make.
He chasing legacy. So
he chasing ghosts, honestly. But the other thing about it is, football is just a different sport, like globally, and a lot of folks don't want to play there, right? Which is why they offer the money they offer. They got money to throw around because they're trying to build that league up.
Yeah, nobody want to go play in the Z League. That joint is that joint ain't even like
Pascal is in the building.
That's worse than a relegation league.
MJ like investing in prisons and dealing with. All right, so I do got to clear. I do got to
not invest in prisons
because that was some
other
the
dude
MJ
named
invest
Michael
in prisons
Jordan.
thing is one of the illest ways where it shows you that not controlling your media and your narrative is crazy. Because Michael Jordan did invest in prisons, but it is not the NBA player. It was actually a politician. It was I think it was a congressman. It may have been, and his name was Michael Jordan, who invested in prisons. They took that and put it on our athlete.
And nobody investigated it to see it wasn't him.
Been running with it for years and years.
He just let people run with it because Mike don't care.
That's the thing. Mike never came out and addressed it, but it's not really him. It's really a pale fella. When we're in a chicken dinner, you cooked me this week. I'm back though.
Chicken head.
I'm back though. I got some fire content. Y'all get them 50 spins on. You already know I did, and I spun them already. I didn't crack for an M though. I got like 1,800 sats, something like that. Hey, listen, no problem. I'm glad you said that though, because I know that a lot of times people bring that up, but I remember looking that up because I was like so disappointed and realizing I was like, oh, they really played the game on us. We have Messi in Miami, and he's literally just taking a cakewalk. Of course, not every celebrity's in attendance now. I haven't seen the stadium packed before he signed with. Yo, that was an event when he just played the other day.
Yeah, that was a movie.
Yeah. I mean,
that was a movie.
I ain't mad at him though, and he getting some of that Apple equity that came to the MLS. So, shout out to Messi. Messi is the GOAT. Yeah, do y'all do one at a time or all at once? I'm not gonna lie, Michelle. I used to try to do one at a time. Now it's like, yo, just spin them. I ain't got time for that. Spin them all.
Yo,
spin them all.
Today. I had 622 spins today.
622. What you doing, dog?
I paid my mortgage.
Yeah, but you must have did more than that though, because 622. Because think about it, every $10, you get one spin, right? Unless you're mortgage,
that's yesterday and today. No, that's yesterday and today. So, yesterday and today because I did my mortgage.
He definitely.
I did my apartment. I did the taxes. I paid my taxes. That's what it was. I paid my taxes.
Hey, what's good with you? Thank you for pulling up. We appreciate that.
It was. I had 500 and something, and then they gave me 50. But I paid my taxes.
No comment, man. I still got an extension. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to them folks though. I'm gonna get with y'all in a minute. Look at Kamari right there. Kamari, I got you, bro. I'm gonna get with you in a minute. I bet it is what it is, man. Yo, shout out to the finance rebel, man, because I'm gonna tell you why, man. He created an amazing piece of art that I'm gonna share in a minute. I fell for the Michael talking point too. That's wild. Yeah. Look it up though. You'll see. It's literally a pale fella, and he was a politician too. All right, so let me share this video. Let's start with this first video. What we're talking about is relationships and how they can have an impact, right? And this is a gentleman by the name of David Meltzer, right? And he talks about when he was a kid. Now, hold on. Matter of fact, let me make sure before I do this, Cord, that I shared the sound too. Because, sometimes. All right, there it is. The sound is definitely shared. I just want to make sure. But David Meltzer, who was talking about as a kid when he was a ball boy. Let me cut this up a little bit. Let's go.
Boy,
no sense. Oh, there we go.
There you go. I go in the first day, Lakers versus Clippers. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I screw up because my first day, he shit on me like, boy, blah, blah, blah. I went home crying to my mom. I'm not going back. Oh, yes, you are. You're going to finish the season. Next game, Sixers, Clippers. I'm now completely gun shy, especially of the superstars. And there's Dr. J. He said, son, why'd you give me so many socks? And I said, I don't know. They told me to put 6 pairs on everybody's locker. And he goes, I don't need 6 pairs of socks. And he goes, how many siblings do you have? I said, 5. Perfect. He goes, grab them. I went over and he said, what's their name? And he signed each of the pairs. And then he grabbed the basketball and he signed it for me. Later on in life, I had so many opportunities to hire Kareem for a lot of money. And I would call Dr. J. He probably netted over $1 million from me referring business to him that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar lost. I have a saying, be kind to your future self.
Are there any famously athletes that
All right, so that was the first video, man. What did you think about that when you saw that story, Corey?
I mean, it happened like that. That happened a lot. So I can't even be mad at him for that. Like you treat people better, that treat you better. Like that ain't got no race, no color, no nothing to it. Like when people treat you better, you treat them better. Now
Yeah.
I will say, given the opportunity, I will always treat a black person better first. First.
All right, so speaking
But
of that, though, listen, man. My grandma once told me. She said, "Listen, man. If you treat people well, it pays the best dividend. That's the best investment you can make is treating people well, and it pays amazing dividends." So shout out to my grandma. Grandma always laced me with game. But listen, though, funny thing is, and for those who don't know, I once wrote a sports book. It's called Sports the Book, which you can find at sportsthebook.com. Right? I wrote a sports book, and in the sports book, I tell a story. So one of the things I used to do with my grandfather when he was a kid, we used to go to a lot of baseball games. And they're two athletes who I hate to this day, man, because they talk, and I'm talking. I was a kid. They talked to me dirty. One was Andre Dawson, Andre the Hawk Dawson. They called him. He used to play for the Cubs. If I see him today, I'm gonna smack him. I'm just letting you know right now. It's on site with Andre Dawson.
he like 70, dog.
Yo, it don't matter. I don't care. It's for life. Yo, also, Mike Schmidt, who is a hero in this town. I don't like ball. Yo, you talking about
he
talking about an a-hole. Yo, he was
he's a trash human being, dog.
He's a terrible human being.
Yeah.
He's a
I had a Mike Schmidt experience that through a school too. Like this was something that he signed up to do.
Uh-huh.
And he still didn't sign no autographs.
What you sign up for then?
He signed up to do it. Like it was one of them joints where the athlete come in and read the books. I was like 6, 7.
Yeah.
And I mean, he ain't signed not one autograph for nobody. My man read the book. He talked to us for like 5 minutes. Do your best, kids. Blah blah blah. My man bounced like a rubber chicken. My man was out of there. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I don't bang with boy either, man. But yo, Michelle said he want to narrate the book. We could talk about that. I actually started working on an audio book. I just never finished it though. But it is what it is. I had a less than pleasant experience with BB Winans. I was a huge fan. It was literally decades before I could really listen to him again. It's funny because they say you should never meet your heroes, right?
At all.
And I know you didn't say your hero, but you was a fan. But anyone that you're a fan of, right? Because you realize how they're human just like we are. A lot of them are a-holes. So there's an actress, Jack A, I believe, that fumbled with Kenya Barris. Apparently she treated him poorly. And then when he blew up in their past cross, he reminded her. She says she regretted that because she believes she has missed out on jobs because of that. I mean, that goes to show you how you treat people. Remember when Shaq said Pat Ewing was his hero until he refused him an autograph, and that's why he always tried to destroy him. And then said the story. Yo, Shaq did that to a couple people. He did it about David Robinson too. He said that was his way of psyching himself up. He would make up these crazy stories.
He lied to himself and everybody else.
My thing is, not even lie to himself. He would bring it to the media. It's like Shaq went too far with that. I just bought a Mike Schmidt throwback. Yo, burn it.
Yeah,
all right, so this other video. Go ahead, Corey.
No, I was going to say, while we watching this other video, I want you to think about a time you treated someone well and they helped you, and a time where somebody probably gave you the middle finger because you ain't treated them as well as you could have or should have. Yeah, if that has happened to you.
I mean, it's true. It's true, bro. All right, so let me share this other video because this boy was on there talking kind of the same thing. It was talking about villages and why you need to really have your village. That's what a wealth is. So let me share this video. This boy was talking that talk though. All right, so just you and your immediate family, we have to really operate with a village mindset, right? Sometimes we get caught up in this whole thing with the wealth gap of trying to catch folks. And for me, I'm not even trying to catch folks. I don't care what they're doing over there. I'm trying to have a better quality of life for our people, right? And to me, that is what's missing is that village mindset. A lot of us, to be honest with you, bro, a lot of us are selfish. And I've had people tell me that, I'm doing cool, but power comes when we're actually unified. If the powers that be come after you and try to take what you take, what kind of village do you have? I can lose everything that I have tomorrow in terms of finances. I can lose all my stocks, all my buildings, all my Bitcoin, Kamari, to make you happy. But the fact is, I could also pick up the phone and say, "Yo, Kamari, I need a place to stay. I need a couple of hours," and I know that Kamari will take care of me. I can make a call to court. I got a number of folks that I can go to. That's true wealth because that's my village. Also, follow my brother Kamari. That's his channel, The Finance Rebel. I was on his channel. Let me pause that real fast.
Giving out the game.
Yeah, man. So first of all, shout out to Kamari for making that piece of art there. For making that piece of art. Because Kamari was messing with me when we were on the show. Like, I see you like that. I said, I'm about to share it on the show. What are you talking about? Like, so shout out to our brother, The Finance Rebel, because he cooked that up. That was from his channel, and I was on his channel recently. We were just having a conversation. The wealth is the village. Absolutely. Yeah, Hawk did have a bad Jerry kill, and he was a weirdo. So
a mean SOB.
Oh man, yo, he cussed me out, and I was like 7, 8 years old. He just cussed me out. All right, Corey jumped in the teacher bag real quick with it. Think about it, Tom.
like share it with us, man. Like, you know, we here to share, right?
Yeah, definitely, Cookie. Yeah,
burn that jersey, man.
Yeah, KD. Those guys are spitting bars. You know what I'm saying? Like, Diamond Dave talks a lot about moving as a group and how individualism is a mind game to make us weaker. It really is, though. Shout out to our brother Diamond Dave. See, that's another person that's in our network.
Facts.
And me and Dave talk off air, like, you know, and we talk about all kinds of stuff. Like, and Dave is laced us sweet, like literal game. Like, look, this is what you got to do. I learned a lot from Dave. Like, me and Dave talked recently, a couple weeks ago, about a month ago or so, about some real estate, and just had a great conversation. Dave, Kamari, Latoya, like all these folks we conversate with, and you know, this is where the real value lies. This is where the real value lies.
You know what was crazy is, like, I'm like a lone wolf person, but I never feel alone, man. You know what I mean? Like, you ever
what the boy say in the movie, One Man Wolf Pack?
Yeah, but the thing is, I know I'm moving with the power of 1,000 people behind me. You know what I mean? Like, I never feel alone, even though I be alone a lot. Well, I ain't never alone anymore because I got 4 kids. But you know, like when I'm out and about, I'm alone. You know what I mean? Like when I be dealing with, the everyday, I be out here alone. But I never feel like I'm not one phone call away from solving whatever is going on if I'm having an issue. Like,
just this week, I was on the Circle app. Like, shout out to everybody in the MDC too. And especially all of our new members of the MDC, because folks is getting in there. And by the way, I dropped like a little quick 5-minute class type thing today.
Yeah, that was dope.
If you go to the Circle app, it's under the real estate section. I dropped something in there. But like this week, I was sitting there and I'm watching CNBC doing some work on the computer, and I saw the joint pop up on my computer. Like, yo, jumping in this play real fast. I don't even know who it was that said it. Was it Stephanie? It was somebody in there, and I was like, all right, looked at it, jumped in, boom. $250 real fast. And I'm like, that just came from the community. Literally from the community.
Yeah, they be giving away bags in there.
Yeah, I'm just like, but that again is the power of community. The power of community, the village, whatever you want to call it, is where the true wealth lies. And that rugged individualism is going to be like, you know, that's problematic.
The death of you.
Yes, it is. But you know, the thing is though, bro, is a lot of people are selfish. And that's what I was talking to Kamari about. Because I've literally had people tell me, and they're honest, and you know, sometimes I respect people for their honesty, even when it's what they're saying I don't want to hear. Like, look, I gotta worry about me and mine. And I'm like, damn.
And sometimes that's appropriate. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes that's appropriate, because if you've been tricking off your whole life, at some point you gotta get about you and yours. Mm-hmm. Now you can't get to the point where you're not doing something, you know what I mean? You're still not community minded. But like, you know, if they say if you want a clean block, if everybody get outside and clean their own steps, then you get a whole clean community, right? So there is some power in the individual, but the greater power is in the community. Because you gotta take care of your fundamentals. You know what I mean? It's like when you play on a basketball team, you might not be the superstar, but you might be the reason they win.
Listen, Mother Teresa said if everybody cleaned in front of their house, the world would be clean.
She didn't lie, even though she's a heinous one too.
You know what's
beat up on her.
Yeah, what's funny about it, right? There's certain people that have been given to us as like heroes, right?
Mahatma Gandhi is one of those people.
There's a lot of
so
folks
is
like
Mother Teresa, and so there's a lot of these.
no,
folks.
but here's what's funny. What's funny is when you hear that about them, some people are so like taken aback. But when you think about the time that they existed in, and you know where they come from,
they was just doing what they.
Yeah, like I saw people get into a full fight on the internet. I don't know whose post it was on. I was just lurking, reading it. It was about Che Guevara, and someone was talking about how he didn't like black folks. And you know he's known as a revolutionary. I mean, you know Mike Tyson got the Che Guevara tattoo and all that. Like he's known as a revolutionary. So people never knew that part of it, and they were hitting them with facts. One of the interesting thing about the internet is Discord. Like sometimes
facts have no place on the internet.
And I told Kamari this the other day because
they have no place.
I was like post Trump era, people don't even care about facts.
Facts have no place on the internet.
I always laugh when people on the internet and they're having a debate about something they can simply Google. Right. So then you'll see somebody Google something, provide them with documentation, facts, and then someone will say, I still don't believe it. You still wrong. So it's like, I was like, why are you even wasting your time? I don't even debate with folks no more. Like, you know.
I done fell back a lot, Jim.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
I used to give people bars with both
but it's a waste
blazing.
Everybody moves off of, I said it was a waste. Everybody moves off emotion.
Yeah, because like I'm giving out factual, you know, I'm doing whole diatribes with facts all laced through the joint.
Because people take time to do research, and then you do a whole thing with your research, and somebody be like, "No, you're wrong."
I don't care about that. I don't care about that. My experience says, I'm like, your experience says what happens to you, but the numbers say the overall, you know, the overall numbers say XYZ. You know what I mean? Like that don't go for everybody.
You need a team. You can't see everything by yourself. I'm trying hard to get my extended family to buy into moving as a unit. Listen, you know, man, that's how you going. You
know what changed my mind about that? The panic. I stopped arguing with people. I'm like, man, people dying, man. Like people dying all around us, and we arguing, man. Like that ain't helping.
Michelle, the thing about it is, like, so I'm not talking about your situation. I'm talking about my personal situation. Let's talk about that. To me, family is different than relatives. I think they're two different things.
Yep.
I stopped trying to get relatives to move one way, right? And I've built my own family, right? There are people on this chat right now that I talk to more than my own family.
All the facts.
Absolutely. Like, and that,
I ain't gonna lie. The only people that I talk to my family I created every single day, all day. And then I talk to the people in our paid chat, and then I talk to you, Kamari, and a few other people. You know what I mean? Like, I talk to my brother, and that's it. Like, I really don't, like, my conversations are limited to people who move in a certain direction. The family, like you said, the family you create.
Family is family and relatives, man. That's the way I look at it. Like,
I talk to my pop, like it's a trust factor for me, right? Because I know if I go to certain situations, if I'm in certain situations, I'm gonna act certain ways, right? Like when I'm in Philly, my whole demeanor change. My whole demeanor changes, right? Like it's something about being in the city that a place where I've seen so much that make me move a little bit different. You know what I mean? Like when I'm in the city, man, I still feel crazy. But I was listening to Ice-T talk, and he changed my whole perception on going back, right? Because he was like, you know, I love my city and I love to go back. But he said, I'm never going back. And he was like, not even to visit. And here's why. He was like, when I was 10 toes down, that was the safest place in the world. He's like, I'm no longer 10 toes down there. And them young people don't respect that. They don't respect me. The OGs still respect me because they know the kind of work I put in, but them young people don't respect anything. And I was like, damn, like, that's a reality.
Yeah, but
like,
that is a deeper conversation because why don't they respect you? You know why they don't respect you? Because you ain't there.
Because you're not there.
So it's like,
yeah, it's both.
So,
but it's because he's like, I moved and I still he's like, I was going back. And then he said, what really made him think about that is the state of people getting killed going back.
Man, I'm gonna get back to that because I want to catch up on these comments. But the one thing I'll say about the whole idea of family and relatives, man, and I don't know if everybody listened to our most recent podcast or watching our YouTube channel, but one of the things we talked about are certain things that both of us struggle with personally as it pertains to personal finance. And one of the things I was talking about was that idea of having like survivor's guilt. Like I struggle with that literally every day. It's something I'm working on. But that comes from what Michelle was talking about, trying to get family to move one way because you see it. You see, like, yo, I see it. It's working for me. Like, but they don't care. Like, so that's a struggle for me, right? But getting back to what you said, though, I look at some of the youth and how they move, and I blame us.
Oh, 100%.
I'm
not laying the blame on them.
Outside of us just leaving. And I was talking to I think it was Kamari and Tracy the other day. I was talking about this because it was some video and people were like arguing about just some nonsense, like some shade room argument, and they going at each other, whatever it was. And I'm like, yo, y'all having a full out fight ready to lay hands on each other because of someone's opinion. But you want to tell these young folks, like, you got to think and move a certain way, but y'all ain't doing that. And I'm not talking about everybody, but like, yo, we failed. We failed them. Let's put it that way. But let's get back to these comments though real fast. Rugged individualism came with integration and is a tapioca mentality. It's not serving us well, and we see it in real time daily. Yes, absolutely.
Now, this is another controversial thing that I've said over the years. Let's say, after slavery, the worst thing that happened to us was integration. And that's, I'll stand on that. I'll stand 10 toes down on that.
I'm not saying it was a net positive, but I could make the argument that Jim Crow was worse.
I'll make the argument that integration was worse.
Okay.
We can, and you know.
Again, I'm not saying I fall on one side or the other. I'm just saying.
No, I'm just saying we'll both come. After we finish having that argument, people won't know what to do. They won't know which side to choose because both of them was crazy.
We go through so much as a people: mass incarceration, the crack epidemic, the IG epidemic that we currently living through, like all these things. And y'all laughing, but I'm telling you, when it's studied 20 years from now, y'all gonna see the IG was up there.
Crazy.
IG's up there with mass incarceration and crack cocaine. All right, hold up. Lots of heroes who white folks are villains for us. Yeah,
1,000%.
And they get mad at people doing the Googling, which is true, because Trump created that fake news mantra to show this scumbag behavior. It worked too.
It did.
Rock Noxious, what's good? What's good with
really
you?
Good.
Ass shit. Corey talked to me one time on IG like 3 months ago.
You got me beat up. I ain't even gonna talk about that.
I don't smile in the city, not walking around.
Man, yeah, man. You
he food. Yeah. They don't see you. Facts, they don't see you. But he can't be there. All right. So what I'm saying, and I'm not saying that he's completely wrong. What I'm saying is it's a nuanced conversation.
It is. He can't go back because he's food, but they don't respect him because he don't go back. So and I get it, right? You've seen what happened. This my uncle used to tell me, and I ain't mean to cut you up, but my uncle used to tell me this. He was like, when you move away and you come back, people look at you like you trying to run something. Like your voice don't get heard as much, right? It's like trying to raise kids from another house. You know what I mean? Like my uncle used to compare it to that. He was like, it's like when your kids live in your baby mama house and you trying to raise your kids from another house. You know what I mean? And that's the feeling is like when you leave the neighborhood and you try to come back and you try to like look, this works. This is how I was able to move on and move out of this neighborhood. And
I get it. I get that part of it. But there's the other side to that, right? There's a constant brain drain from our neighborhoods. Our best and brightest.
We talk about
as soon as they can roll, they roll. So all that's left is what's left. So nothing ever changes, right? And I'm not saying that the answer is for him to go back because he is food, right? So, but there has to be ways to kind of like find that happy medium, whatever that may be. The power of community is connection, protection, and direction. That's the one thing people don't talk about is that protection. That protection is real. There's like-minded people available when you fall and providing a safe space to help you grow.
That's what IC was talking about, though. He was like, when he was 10 toes down in the hood, he never felt safer.
I understand that, but I'm not even talking about. He's talking about just the power community in general. That protection. When I'm talking about protection is when you have a true village and you go through something, you have that protection there. I learned the lesson when I was a teen when an old school hustler had his cap knocked off by his homies after being out the hood for a minute. Wicked work. Listen, man, that's because people are hurting out there.
Yeah,
I've got mean survivor's guilt, but I'm good and got to keep it pushing. All right, so I ain't alone. The IG epidemic is real. It's a real thing.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Actually said beat up. I'm harmless. Yo, I was telling Corey I deal with it because, like, we'll be in our group on the course of the day, and Tone will say something like, "Yo, go do this," and I'm like, "Cool," and I go make a couple of dollars. Not, that's not what it's about, but. And then I sit around and I hear from like one of my cousins or something. And they tell me how they just put in an 80-hour shift and they tired and they back hurt and they can't retire. And I'm like, yo, I've been trying to tell you the XYZ for a while. I have family members that are way smarter than I am, but they just don't care. Lazy.
My cousin, he in Ghana right now, and he sent me a joint. Said execution over everything, and I was like, damn. I was like, yeah. He was like, and then I was looking back at my Jones today, and I had put out a tweet that I turned into a Facebook status that says applied knowledge over accrued knowledge, and I was like, it's the same. Like somebody was talking to me today. It was me talking to me and my cousin. Sent me the execution over everything, June. So I was like, damn, like he was like, yeah, man. He was like, execution over everything. He was like applied knowledge. And then, like I said, I was reading my own status, applied knowledge over accrued knowledge.
Yeah. So like, here's something Latoya said, because this is part of the conversation too. What are they leaving to do though? I don't appreciate the idea that they're leaving to be around clear folks. The goal is to create like-minded black communities. Let's talk about that. That's the whole other part of the conversation is some people judge their value based on proximity to whiteness. So when they go to run, that's what they're running to. And I'm not talking about everybody, but we all know someone, and that's what they do. I've seen people tell me like, yo, such and such moved on my block, neither. And they get excited about it when they see, sheetrock folks on their block, like, yo, they just moved them up, and they get mad excited. And to Mark's point, self-hate is real. Yeah, most, if not all, black people who ask me why I moved to the city I'm in South Carolina, I responded with, I wanted to be in a black city, looked at me, yeah, so there we go. Shout out to Aaron. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a real thing. Staying and trying to do good is just as problematic as leaving and returning. Let me think about what you said. Staying and trying to do good is just as problematic as leaving and returning.
Yeah, because they're gonna treat you the same.
Well, I mean, sometimes you can't stay, right? So security is a real thing, right? I get that.
Yeah, man.
But my man said, I ain't never going back, never thinking about it. Like I'm going from that. Like that to me, that's problematic too. Is it lazy or fear? I venture to say that fear of success has so many of us in a chokehold. They don't want the responsibility that comes with being successful. That is a true statement, but some of my folks are just lazy though, and it manifests themselves in other parts of their life. Some of my folks is flat out lazy, right? But what you're talking about,
that's the Brandon. We were listening to Brandon Marshall podcast, and he was talking about this, where when you're successful, the reason why other races are get to be more successful is that they get to pass the baton forward, whereas when we get successful as black people, we got to take care of everybody that helped us get there before we can even think about moving everything forward. And that was a nuanced conversation, but it was kind of sort of true. You know what I mean? Like,
but what she's talking about is that responsibility. That responsibility.
That's what he was talking about. That's
part of it. No, that's part of it. But some people just like to fly under the radar. It is what it is. They don't want the responsibility of doing kind of anything.
Yeah, my military service time made me. I don't want to be in charge of nothing. I want to be part of a team, but I don't want to be charging nothing.
Listen, man, I never want to be the head of anything, man. The 48 Laws of Power talks about man. Or should I say the 50th law? Because we support 50. We don't care about other boy. 50th law is in the 50th law too, man. You don't want to be that guy. You want to be the guy next to the guy. Anyway, it's all summed up by a simple story. 4 frogs sit on the log. 3 decide to jump in water. How many left on the log? 4. A decision does not equal execution.
Yeesh.
A lot of folks decide to do something but never do it. They ease their pain on the hopium of tomorrow in one day.
Damn. 4 decided, but nobody jumped.
Let me get my phone out. Pass going off right now. I'm about to send an offering. I'm about to send an offering to Pass, man. Speaking of Pass, I'm gonna need you to do me a favor because we're gonna do some giveaways tonight. We're gonna give away an MDC subscription. So I need you to cook up one of those codes for me, Pass, because we're gonna give away one of them. I know black business. Let me see. Go to this one. I know black business people who are putting other black people on, but they just not famous, so it doesn't get talked about as much.
Oh, for sure.
That drives me insane. You know what the thing that drives me insane is when people be like, y'all don't say nothing about violence and every day is only when a cop does something or a white person does something. And that angers me so much because to your point about businesses, there are people on the front lines fighting every day in so many different parts of the struggle, whether that's like the food struggle, whether that's personal finance, whether that's housing, whether that's employment. And I see it. And I know these people. So when people say those kind of things, I get offended. Like, yo, there's people out here doing really great work. There's people out here doing great work. Like doing great work. And you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of them are our friends. Like they actually put their, like, listen, they be outside doing great work. So it's crazy when people say that because you just, just say you don't see them and that doesn't get highlighted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Don't say it ain't happening. I know a lot of people out here getting dirty out here in these streets. And I mean a lot of people. Like, especially with me being in education, I see a lot of people on the ground doing the work, man. And they don't get talked about. They just don't get talked about. But they doing it anyway.
Yeah, man. First off, hopium, heavyweight verbiage. Yeah. That's definitely what part you talking about, Pascal? You say not true. True. Most people don't care about advancing their group. They just like to talk about what, but that's their first thing, bro. GC's back in his bag again. But I see this all the time too. Y'all ain't done it, y'all this, y'all that. Yo,
what you do?
What do you do? It's a dude on Twitter. I don't know his handle, but his whole Twitter account is when what I want to call him this time, Core. The cauliflower colonizers, right? when they do something, he'll post it and be like, whether it's them outside fighting, whether it's them like anything
they don't care anything about that.
But he has a whole I forgot the boy's name, but that's all he does is post it like, man, look at this crime, like who's going, and that's all he does because the point that he's making and proving is only when we act a fool, right? But people are people. To your point, you always say people going people.
Yeah,
that doesn't say anything, but we judge by our worst. I don't know if Pastor is walking around with a list of dope quotes, or that's just him. I assume the latter. I don't know. I told Pastor used to either be an MC or like he must got like a he like pimp. Listen, man.
That's pimp talk.
A lot of pimps have become pastors, man. Like
pimp talk.
Pastor walk around with the BlackBerry like old school Drake when he had all his bars in his BlackBerry. So maybe that's what it is. Hey, Kamari, appreciate you as always, good brother, man. Love is love. Let's see. So stupid in all lies. Black people do fight crime in their community. Police aren't supposed to commit crime. We're always supposed to say something when they do. Black crime is highlighted as so a narrative despite white crime being way ahead of us, and that's not whataboutisms. That's facts and statistics. Michelle, I talked about earlier, people don't care about facts and statistics.
We just talked about that.
Yeah, we just talked about that. But the fact is, though, like it's not to say that we're all angels, right? That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is somehow all of us are judged by our worst. I used to laugh at this. I've said this several times on here, Corey. I used to laugh at this when people be talking about, oh, these reality shows and they showing us in the bad light. I'm like, I watch Honey Boo Boo. It's more ratchet than any of our shows.
All I'm gonna say is I don't watch
it's some ratchet shows out there, bro. Like
ratchet TV, period.
When people say that we get mad about police brutality, but not so-called black on black crime, we do speak out against crime amongst our own people. Okay, yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true. That's what you were saying. And that drives me crazy. If people did 50% of what they think or dream in their mind, they would see 100% change in their life. Behavior modification is hard because thoughts lead to behavior. 90% of people's thoughts aren't even theirs.
Ooh. Now, I did and still do behavior modification, and that's an absolute fact. There's a how do I say this without making us look crazy? All right, the thing that there's a trigger that for all people that makes that why it is. There's a trigger for that.
Mm-hmm.
And what I do is eliminate those triggers. That was my job. That was when I worked in schools and with children and things. My job was to eliminate that thought process.
So what he said in there that resonated with me is when people's thoughts not being theirs, right? It reminds me of that meme where it's like a girl looking at her phone and someone asked her a question about what she thinks about such and such. And she says, I don't know, they haven't told me yet. And she's going on social media, obviously looking at her phone. But there's so many people who wait for other people to tell them how they're supposed to think, feel. The idea of independent thought is kind of like doesn't exist. You know what I mean? I like being around people that make me think, even whether I agree or disagree. Me and Corey disagree pretty much every day, right? But I like the fact that me and Corey on our last podcast, he said something that I had to sit and think about.
Oh, I said something crazy on our last podcast.
And it's funny though, someone if you look on the YouTube, someone would have put a comment about it, like agreeing with you. I'll tell you what Corey said in a second, but what he said, I had to think about it, and I enjoy people that make me think. Past makes me think. Like I always talk about how Diamond Dave makes me think. Like those are the things that I like to be around people that challenge my thought, not just people that co-sign everything you're saying. Latoya says here, the most freeing thing you do is get from under the thumb the cauliflower gaze. Like that's interesting because that's been on my mind all week because Corey has been like harassing me to move this book up on my list. So I'm showing y'all that I did it. I got my, you know what I'm saying? And Corey was like, yo, move this up on your list. I got a long list of books I haven't got to. This book, I'm just gonna show you this. I'm gonna show you this side of it. Forget this side of it. Look at this side of it. I said, all right, Corey, I get you, bro. Let me just knock on a chapter a day or something because this is he hit me with the War and Peace, John. I like, though, when I recommend you books, man, I send you some couple hundred pages.
I'm sorry, bro. But listen, man, but this book is it's free.
And for those who don't know, it's Yorugu, right? So that's the author's name. Remember Ani, Yorugu. An African-centered critique of European cultural thought and behavior.
She get at the neck.
Yeah, so this is an excellent book. And that's why when you said this, it made me think about it because I've been reading the book this week, Latoya. So it's an excellent book, though. Corey definitely hit me with the War and Peace recommendation, though. So let's see.
Sorry, broski.
On another note, my kid just got her first paycheck. Oh, that's fire. Looking for a spot to buy fractional shares. That's not Robinhood. Any suggestions? M1. Yeah, M1 is always a good one. My nephew, I still got his account with what's the joint? Not share, but what's it called? Core. Matter of fact, let me look at it. Even though now they have a monthly fee, but I paid like a small one-time fee that one time. Stop.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still charge a monthly fee. Maybe look at Stockpile M1 for fractional shares. But congratulations to your kid getting their first paycheck. That's dope. My first paycheck changed my life. My first paycheck made it so I stopped asking my mom for stuff. Because I realized, like, hold up, I worked all those hours. This is what they give me. And I'm out here asking for Jordans. That don't even make sense. Anyway.
Changed your life.
Yeah, because I realized, I realized very early on that when you buy stuff, that's your time. There's a private black business in my hometown doing over $1 billion of revenue annually, and almost nobody knows about it. That's goals.
Yeah. I need to be with Ed.
Bars. Yeah, Pat's got bars, man.
All right, so Jim, you want me to tell him what I said or you want to tell him? Man?
Give me 1 second. I'm going to say, once I finish these catching up on these joints, I actually wrote a Facebook note when they had that comparing pimps and pastors. There are similarities. Damn, you go back on Facebook a while. Facebook note. So I've always said I don't watch Ratchet TV, but I did love Bait Car. I don't even know what big car is.
Yeah.
Many black people want to help black people when white people say it's okay to. Ooh,
Man.
woo.
Woo! You said a word.
Yeah, y'all preaching this evening. I'm gonna check out that Yorugu book. I'm partial to audiobooks, but I need to make it happen. This is not on Audible, Michelle. It's not on Kindle. You got to get the physical. I'm just gonna show you. You got to set aside some time.
I will say that it's less than 700 pages. It's less than 700 pages.
I would say how many pages it is, man. Because, but here's the thing about it. It's not even really about the amount of pages though. Like, it's 608 total pages. Now hold on, no, because some of this is just citations. Let me get past the citations and bibliography. But the thing is, what she's saying, you can't just read one time.
Yeah, you got to go back.
You know what I mean? Like, because she's citing so many things, and you starting to highlight is hard. Like, so notes start all the way here. So the actual book is 570 pages, and the rest are notes and bibliography. She's giving all of her citations, which is also proof that she's not just out here rambling. But definitely let us know what you think about it, Michelle, if you do it. Say Yorugu is in my Amazon cart. Yeah, she gets busy. Matter of fact, she owes us a check too, because we've been posting our book. I was gonna say M1. Fidelity has fractional shares. They do. I know they were saying they were going to have it, but I didn't know whether they did or not. Stockpile. Charles Schwab. When is Schwab and TD gonna finally, like, are they really gonna roll it into Charles Schwab? I'm looking for the publisher right now to see if they'll let us narrate it. You out here hustling.
Always looking for work, and I ain't mad at that.
I ain't mad at you either. Oh, okay. Miss Ani's absolutely brilliant. Yeah. So tell her when you talk to her that we on this. This our thing right here, man.
Yeah, man.
This reminds me like when I first read ISIS papers, and I just felt everybody around me was like, the whole world just started to make sense. When I read ISIS papers, everybody around me was stupid, and the world just made sense. I was like, y'all don't even see what's going on. Rest in power to Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. So Big Car.
That's another book, hard book to get a hold of.
With the keys in it, so people wouldn't steal them and they shut off and catch them. Oh, that's crazy. I never even heard of that. That's crazy though.
That's dirty work too.
You're trying to get everything on audiobook. Core don't like audiobooks.
I don't. But I've grown to like them more. I've actually finished 10 books this year on audiobook, which is that's a record for me.
Yeah, I like audiobooks.
I only listen to audiobooks when I'm in my car though.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a heavy podcast and audiobook. It's like I don't listen to a lot of music anymore these days. Not much as I used to.
So during the school year, I finished about a book a month.
So, all right. So yeah. So that's what made me think about that. So, what Core said? Oh, yeah, ISIS papers is absolutely fire. Yeah, that's in my top 10. I got like 25 books in my top 10, but that's definitely in there.
Crazy.
All right. So
so much scholarship out here.
Me and Corey having a conversation. Go check out the most recent pod. We had a great conversation. But one of the things that he said during the conversation, he was like, yo, morals are for poor people. And I said, what do you mean morals are for poor people? Like, you trying to tell me that, that because you get a couple dollars, you don't have to have morals? And he started breaking down further what he meant by that. And what he meant, you could break down I'm gonna let you break it down.
I just, when you have money, you have different morality. Like, so poor people get held to a different standard than people who have resources. When you have resources, your morality is different. And it's just a different country, it's a different ball game, it's different everything. So in America, morals are for poor people. Period. Just period. Right? So like, and the example I gave him is somebody getting a speeding ticket, right? If you make $2 million a year and you get a speeding ticket, what's the chances you're going to get another speeding ticket? And the chances are high because no matter what they charge you for that speeding ticket, it don't matter because you got stuff. But if you make $20,000 a year and you get a speeding ticket, that speeding ticket going to have a lot higher moral effect on you, right? And because our system is based on money, morals are for poor people. Morality is based on finance.
So I guess for me, the way I was looking at morals is a little bit different than how you were looking at morals. Like the idea of what morals are. I understood what you said when you broke it down that way. But when you first said it, just when I heard it, I was like, damn, so you can't have morals if you got a couple dollars? You still got morals. They might be different now. You know what I mean? But they're still like, because I guess it's levels, right? If you making $2 million a year, you ain't operating like somebody. Your morals ain't the same as somebody with $20 million a year.
It's more similar than the person that makes $20,000 a year.
Yeah, but it ain't the same though. All right, so you know what I mean, like.
Exactly, but the more you have, the less you know what I mean. Like you're not subject to the same stuff. You're just not subject.
But again,
but so let me tell you where I got the idea from, right? And I was watching the city council stuff, and I was looking at the districts with the most police people in them, and I got the idea from our people being over policed. I'm just looking at the actual location of police stations.
I got the idea from Cameron, who said when they told him that what's the line? You parked in a throwaway zone. He said, "Man, that car a throwaway, Holmes." I was like, "Damn." So, but again, it's still levels though. If you make $1 billion a year, you're still operating different than someone that makes $1 million a year. You just are.
All I'm saying is that if you look at the most heavily policed places in America, they're all black. They're all places where black people live in.
I get that.
Where poor people live in.
But hear me out though. All I'm saying is there are levels, right? Because I don't think a lot of times people understand the gravity of what $1 billion is, right?
No, yeah, $1 billion is a lot of money.
All right, so this is why some people believe that to become a billionaire, it's almost like you're being a more. Here you go, it's a moral thing. You're being a moral, or you got to kind of be evil to be a billionaire because it's so ridiculous, right? But with that being said, it's just levels. Is all I was saying. Neely Fuller Jr. So myself, Corey, and our brother Akil are supposed to be getting together to shoot some content which involves Neely Fuller Jr., not him himself, but we were breaking down his work, and we were supposed to be doing a juxtaposition between him and who was it?
It was
Charles Blow.
Charles Blow.
So Charles Blow has this theory about for us to progress, to move together. And this theory is about moving down south. All of us take all of our political power, our education, everything, and kind of congregate in one space. And Neely Fuller says, yo, stay away from each other. Like, we're too sick and going through too much to even, do that.
Yeah, like, if you're not healed, then you shouldn't be around other black people.
So, but Neely Fuller is dope. He's definitely dope. Someone whose work you should read. Wayne says, I'm going to sign up today. What's the details again? Wayne, what specifically are you talking about?
Yeah.
Because if you are talking about our group, the MDC, you can go to mdcstrategy.com.
Takes 10 seconds.
Yeah, mdcstrategy.com. Just dropped something new the other day. I dropped a quick 5-minute course in there today.
All right.
Quick single. Well, hold up, though. I heard that people have morals and governments have interests.
That's facts.
I have 13 books on my Audible list with 9 credits waiting for additions. Now, Jose, what I will say about this is be careful with those credits because if you don't use them within a certain time, they will take them from you.
Yeah, you got a year to use them.
And I know that because I've been on Audible for... Matter of fact, let's look. I've been on Audible a long time. All right, here's my Audible account, y'all. Look at it. Look how many credits. Look how many books I got and how many badges I got. I got, if y'all can see that. I don't know if y'all can see
300-something books.
I got 346 titles and 16 badges, and I've been a member since 2011. Damn, I've been on Audible for over a decade at this point. Yeah, but I got 346 books and 16 badges. Well, what am I reading right now? What am I listening to right now? I'll tell you. I know Michelle. I just finished that book. The Land is a Big Deal. Cashing Out. By Rich and Regular. I'm reading their book. It's on Audible. That's one. Oh, Wool. It's a joint called Wool, right? So Wool is based on the Silo that came on Apple TV. That show was so fire. I went to get the audio book. Yo, and what I tell so many of you guys, shout out to all y'all that heard me last week and the week before, kept talking about Hijack, because a lot of y'all went and watched it. Because a lot of y'all sent me a message like, yo, Hijack is fire. Hijack is fire. It's the same as being multilingual. It's an issue for poor people, but seen as an elegance in the wealthy. Yeah. Yep. Levels. You're rich enough you don't even drive, so you don't even have to choose the right to do. You're rich enough you don't even have to drive to get. So who cares about a ticket? I know people without money that conduct themselves like they got lawyer and bond money on the GC. All right, GC said it worked right there too.
That's perfect.
People, yeah, because people be doing that. Y'all just out here wilding, knowing you ain't got no bread. You know what I'm saying? Change is cool to cop, but more important is lawyer fees. Dr. Welsing often spoke about how during slavery, one black person taught many to read. And today, a dance can start in Philly and go around the planet in a day. No excuses for learning and teaching. There we go. Absolutely. Shout out to the ancestor. All right, so morals are for social compliance. The wealthy aren't held to the standard of considering humanity at the same time. Think about the influenza defenses.
Man.
Poor criminals don't have morals. Neely Jr. was Francis Cress Welsing's mentor. Yeah. 111. Got it. All right, cool. Hey, Neef, what's good? How are you? Thank you for pulling up. Says, I used to use Audible, then I got 4 library cards in the Libby app. Oh, I got that too. I just never stopped Audible, so I never went back to the app. I actually got it when me and Corey. Remember Corey went to
we did
a presentation in the library on Lehigh Avenue. That was dope too. We had a lot of folks there. And they told me the same thing. You got to get the library card in Libby. And I signed up, and I think that day is the last time I looked at it. I'm reading Moneyball right now, and I just finished all right, so Michelle, you getting in my wheelhouse right now. What's up with you studying data science, bro? You trying like what you into, man? What are your thoughts on the $7 million property sale? I watched Kamari's segment on it. He broke it down. Shout out to Kamari, man, because Kamari hit me up when he saw it, and I get co-writing credits on that, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I gave him the breakdown on it. You know what I'm saying? So I deserve to get co-writing credits on that. But Corey, you got any thoughts on that?
No. Nothing that I'm willing to talk about. No. I mean, because it's not a neighborhood. So it's a couple things there, right? It was malarkey.
So I'm Quentin Miller on that. The way that it was presented, it helped it go viral. Someone is selling off their portfolio of 35 homes, something like that. Those things happen all the time. And I know that because I'm on the MLS every day. People do this all the time. They happen to be in close proximity to each other in Cobbs Creek. So it just made for a good story the way it was presented. Someone was looking for content and they found it and it went viral. Because I've seen it all over. I've seen people from council have to actually answer to it at this point. But this happens all the time. And he's selling them for, I think, $200 a pop is the average price for $7 million. But people are afraid of one person one person already owned all these properties for years. Like, you'd be surprised at how many people own a substantial amount of properties in this city. Yeah. I personally know people that have over 500 properties. Like, literally. If they try to put all their whole portfolio for sale, like, what would that do to the internet? So, to me, it was like a situation where it just went viral because of the way it was. But then, first of all, when you talk about a neighborhood, how are you defining a neighborhood? Are you defining a neighborhood by a zip code? Are you defining a neighborhood by a census tract? Are you defining a neighborhood by its geographic market area? How are you defining a neighborhood? So when you say that this whole neighborhood is for sale, that's just a lie. That's not true. But again, it sounds a certain way. Now, whether you want to get into the debate of whether one person should be able to own that much property in the neighborhood, that's a whole different conversation.
That's between them and their district council person.
Let's put it this way. The system allows it.
Yeah. Them and their district council person.
I mean, even beyond that, like federally speaking, you can own property. I mean, now, when you're wealthy enough, your driver will receive the ticket. My main dammies. Listen, got you. Have y'all read Def Jam Inc.? I think you love that. I've read so many books on Def Jam. I don't know if Def Jam. Let me see if it's on there. Is that on Audible? I'm pretty sure it is if you're saying it, Michelle. Because you talked about how you like that. Let me see if Def Jam Inc. was the one I read.
The answer for me is no.
I didn't read this one either. Is this a newer one? When did this come out? No, it's a couple of years ago. I didn't read this one. No, I didn't. I probably would love it. I told Mark the other day that I'm a little surprised by my love for stats and data. I feel like I may have missed my calling. Should have majored in. It's not too late, bro.
It's not late at all.
It's not too late.
People who compile stats get paid a lot, right? They do.
No, I'm laughing at.
I read that earlier.
I'm not reading anything. Y'all know I'm more shallow than the puddle. What we talking about tonight? We were talking about the idea of relationships being valued. We're getting ready to do our giveaway soon. Just kind of get through these comments, and then we start talking about Corey saying that morality is only for poor people. I read Animal Farm in 2 weeks. I see why you recommended that book. Yeah, that's one of my favorite books.
Animal Farm was my second favorite book to read when I was in school. My first favorite book was Aesop's Fables.
Yo, man, I gotta shout out my brother Enes Lloyd Mathis, right? Because every time the book Animal Farm comes up, it makes me think of him. Pause. But we were in Prime together, right? So for those who don't know what Prime is, it's a program in Philadelphia that you would go to in the summer
for kids who had higher aspirations.
I didn't want to say that because I didn't want to sound douchey, but you said it. So in this Prime camp was everybody knows him now as the rapper Enes. He also went to high school with us too. But this reminds me of him because Animal Farm was assigned for our reading, and we had to write a book report on Animal Farm. So the day we go to hand our book reports in, my man goes to the front of the class and he does his full book report in the form of a rap. And the first thing I think is it always reminded me because it was funny because his chorus was like Animal Farm. I never forget it because he performed it in front of class and the teacher was like, yo, bro, what's going on? But it also shows that was his passion and something that he wanted to do. And he followed his passion. So shout out to him because he was doing this in school. But yeah.
I have a story about that. I made never mind. I'm not saying that story on public airways. Never mind.
See, GC,
I will say
read right through it. That's not a neighborhood. 34. That's not a neighborhood. Yeah, so GC read right through it. But go ahead, though, Corey.
I will say this: I spent the vast majority of my high school years sitting at a lunchroom table and not in a class. And I'll say this: I thought he was when he ended up on Puffy's show. I was one of the most shocked people in the world because I remember I flamed him in our lunchroom. I gave my man 1,000 bars in the lunchroom back when I thought myself to be a pretty decent rapper.
Corey is wild. I just tell that story because it's always funny to me. He ended up doing what he.
No, listen, man. He was good. I was better.
All right, so Michelle says I need to finish this.
I don't have the chops to rap though.
You still
He's better than me now. How about that?
He been going crazy online though. All right, so I need to finish this Udemy Python course, but I keep playing around with it. That would really. I'm actually taking a Udemy Python course as we speak, Michelle. I wonder if we're taking the same course. I'll show it to you again. My transparency. It's the complete Python bootcamp from zero to hero in Python by what's the brother's name? Jose Portilla. That's the current course that I'm taking myself. So I do know a little bit of Python, but I consistently take courses on Udemy. Shout out to Udemy. They ain't paying me, so maybe I should shut up. But that's what I'm taking too. I listened to your podcast on Assessment Matters. Oh, Kahan, I appreciate that, bro. For those who don't know, I was interviewed on an Assessment Matters podcast, which is about real estate valuation. So I got to get in my bag talking about real estate data. That was fun for me because that's what I do. So for those who don't haven't listened, go check that out. I was about to sound like one of these IG thotties, but I say click the link in my bio. That sounds too. That's why I don't even say that. It sounds bad, bro. All right, click the link in my biography. What are we gonna do? You gonna call it a biography? Because I ain't trying to sound like a link in the bio.
Yo, I'm sorry.
It sounds weird saying, "Yo, hit the link in my bio." Nah, man. Click the link in my biography.
It sounded like an IG thought.
Yo, click the link in my biography, man. That's where you find the podcast. Or just look up Assessment Matters. I was on there. Jimmy Williams.
Oh God. I'm sorry. That was amazingly funny because I know Jim is the opposite of an IG thought, and that made me. That was everything. I'm gonna laugh for a week off of that.
All right, so Pascal said there was a host of books on Telegram, but they removed them due to copyright. I'm putting the MDC strategy right here because I see someone asking for it in the comments. Just go to mdcstrategy.com. So let's get to it. I'm gonna make my way through here so we do our giveaway. Have an animal farm in a minute. I think I'll put it back on the list. Mache, that's actually on Audible now. I own the physical, the Kindle. That's one of my favorites. Here you go, mdcstrategy.com. There you go. Said type it. Somebody type that in the comments for me on YouTube. mdcstrategy.com. You went to school. I remember him from the band. Oh yeah. He was me and Corey. Both of us did. Soda Latoya, Soda Kahan, they was all there.
Yeah, they was all there.
Y'all got me thinking about morality. They wouldn't sell to you to get a certain outcome in real estate, so sell to each other. That group thought is powerful. If you ever want to read a real estate book that gives you a perspective on real estate, read Family Properties by Beryl Satter. So Color of Law is probably the go-to book, but Family Properties is interesting because it's told in the narrative form. And when you see how they were moving with real estate in Chicago, it gives you a whole different perspective on the entire industry. Anyway, so Corey, you want to answer this question? Were you a bully?
No.
Okay. Jose Portilla. Yep, absolutely. Probably. Crystal shared it.
I'm gonna say maybe because honesty without thought of being honest could be considered bullying. I didn't consider his film.
I don't think you were a bully.
No, I wasn't trying to bully him, but sometimes, I can get to the brutally honest. Sometimes I get to the brutally honest portion of the program, and then it get a little wonky sometimes. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Crystal, yo. I got hit up Crystal, man. That's my Ratchet TV.
Your connection and Ratchet TV partnership.
We got the legend in the building. Naomi's here. What's up, Naomi?
What's up?
What's good with you? How are you? So, do you like your course? I love to learn, but I'm a bad student. I need the right teacher. All right. So, I mean, that is all subjective, right? Because speaking of that, you talk about audiobook. You ever got an audiobook before and you hear the person's voice that's reading it and you're just like, yo, there's no way I'm gonna make it through this. But a lot of that is subjective, though. It said IG baddies catching stray bullets. No, but I just didn't want to sound like, a link in the bio, John.
They're not catching those strays. They caught that wasn't a stray. That was a direct shot. I don't do strays. That was a direct shot. Y'all sound weird as hell.
Python is a versatile language and in demand. Jump off the log. There we go. Passing those. Passes into the data science too. Franchise like play for the Rockets. Shot the Nets, man. Yeah, man. Thank you, Jose. MDCstrategy.com. I'll post it in there myself too. I think if I do it, it goes to both YouTube and Facebook. So I'll put it in there right now. But we are gonna do a giveaway. We're gonna give away some Bitcoin and MDC strategy, maybe 2 MDC strategy memberships, a free month of MDC strategy. So you can see we got going on back there because things are going crazy back there. It's beautiful what's coming together. IG models getting trapped in Dubai. Oh, you talking about the Dubai porta potties?
Sis yelled at
Oh, that one. I thought he was talking about.
Yeah, sis yelled at the boy in Dubai. She about to catch a 2-year bid.
Oh yeah. I ain't talking about that. I thought he was talking about Dubai port. And for those who thinking I'm making this up, just Google Dubai porta potty. It's a thing.
That's also crazy.
That's a thing. I'm not going to talk about what it is because, we trying to have a righteous show this evening.
No.
But during your free time, just Google Dubai porta potty. This is where we are as a culture. That is
civilization.
That's an actual thing. You know what I mean? Like,
yo, throw your ones in the air. Let's get this party popping.
Yeah.
If you want to be part of our Bitcoin giveaway and our giveaway of one of our MDC strategy, I guess it's a subscription.
Yeah, you
throw your one in the air.
Listen, man, I'm telling you, you see what's back there. It's fire. We got all the classes. We live classes. He said that Dubai potty is hilarious. IG models and camels. Just letting y'all know it's a lot of craziness that happens in this world, man. This world is really interesting, man. Really interesting.
Crazy as hell.
Interesting. And by the way, I feel like I should play this video one more time just before we get out of here, before we do our thing. And by the way, if you want to follow me on IG at JW the Blueprint, I'm just gonna put that out there. So I'm gonna make y'all watch this video one more time. Right? Sometimes we get caught up in this whole thing with the wealth gap of trying to catch folks. And for me, I'm not even trying to catch folks. I don't care what they're doing over there. Matter of fact, let me start from the beginning so you guys get the full context of what's being said in this powerful piece of art created by my brother, the Finance Rebel. Just you and your immediate family. We have to really operate with a village mindset, right? Sometimes we get caught up in this whole thing with the wealth gap of trying to catch folks. And for me, I'm not even trying to catch folks. I don't care what they're doing over there. I'm trying to have a better quality of life for our people, right? And to me, that is what's missing, is that village mindset. A lot of us, to be honest with you, bro, a lot of us are selfish. And I've had people tell me that, like, I'm doing cool, like, you know, but power comes when we're actually unified. If the powers that be come after you and try to take what you take, what kind of village do you have? I can lose everything that I have tomorrow in terms of finances. I can lose all my stocks, all my buildings, all my Bitcoin, Kamari, to make you happy. But the fact is, I could also pick up the phone and say, yo, Kamari, I need a place to stay. I need a couple of dollars. And I know that Kamari will take care of me. I can make a call to court. I got a number of folks that I can go to. That's true wealth because that's my village. All right. So figure I'll make y'all watch those powerful words again. But that's kind of what we're talking about this evening, man. So before we get to spinning, I just want to keep reminding you guys that the power is in community and the power is in your network. So make sure you invest in your network. All right. So with that being said, let's get to record. Let me get ready to pull this up. Got a lot of folks here this evening.
Your ones in the air. If you want to be part of this Bitcoin giveaway and a giveaway of a 1 month subscription to the MDC Strategies group. Now, for the 1 month subscription, you have to not be already a member. If you're already a member, then you'll get $25 in Bitcoin.
There we go. All right, so whenever you are ready, but beloved, you can go to the beginning and tell me who.
All right, where we starting at? Jovan.
All right, let's get to it. You said Jovan.
Michelle. Dr. Chaz.
Chaz, what's up, Chaz?
What's going on? Jose. Tweet Talk. K Diggy. Chant. Rock Noxious. Tim.
You said Tim?
Tim. Tim, yes.
Okay. All right, what else we got?
Wayne. Gregory. Right. Pascal. What's up, Greg? What's going on, kid?
What else we got?
Ray Lead the Way.
Ray Lead the Way.
Mark. Kahan. Ashley. Cookie. Cousin Neef. Latoya. Samuel.
Yeah.
Edvard.
Who else?
Edvard. EDVA.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Bar. I was about to say, Bar. What was Bar doing?
Nah, Bar ain't talking to everybody air off tonight. Lorraine.
And
Daniel. Yo, Bar know a little bit about a lot and a lot about a little bit. Like Bar
that's my guy.
You know everything. You want to talk about building relationships? That's a dude that builds relationships.
Yo, he's the king of networks, yo. I told him that. I said, yo, you are the king, yo. You are the king. That's your superpower.
He could put you in front of any damn body. Literal anybody.
Yo, anybody. You'd be like, boy, I need to speak to like a Saudi prince. He'd be like, give me 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's how Bar give it up.
Literally.
Dog, no lie. I was on the phone with him and Bernice not too long ago. And I was telling him, like, yo, I was looking for something related to a precious metal. And I buy precious metal. I might buy 1 ounce here, like 10 ounces. They was like, all right, got me on the phone with somebody who was talking about like, yo, 700 pounds. I'm like, come on, dog. What we doing here, man? Oh, they got I'm on the phone with a dude that got his own mind. I was like, that's not
his
what I'm
own
talking
gold
about. Like,
mine.
listen, man.
Jabbar crazy,
Bro.
man.
Yo, but he's like, yeah, he made it happen in a couple minutes. Like, all right, let me get you. This dude got his own mind. Dude was in there talking about like $10 million deals. I said, nah, bro, you got the wrong one. That's not for me, dog. I'm just trying to get me a quick American Eagle or something. Like, I wasn't asking for this.
Like, I'm trying to get a deal with maybe 3 zeros behind it. Maybe.
Yeah.
You trying to do a deal with.
I'm trying to spend a couple $100s. He got me on the phone with people that's like the villains in Die Hard.
I'm trying to get you to spend a couple $100,000.
Yo, all right, man. Let's get to it, man. So, Core laid it out. He laid the game down quite flat. We got memberships. We got Bitcoin. If you're already a member, you get the Bitcoin. If you're not a member, we'll give you the membership to see what we got going on. And our community is fire, man. So you shall see. We got live class Monday evening. We got classes popping up all the time. I put one up today. You know what I'm saying? So for those that are in the MDC already, go check out the real estate section in the on Circle, and you'll see what I put out there today. All right, so good luck to everybody. I mean, matter of fact, let me read off who I got in here first because I don't want to get cussed out by nobody. Jovan Miche, Chaz, Jose, Tweet Talk, K Diggy, Champ, Rock, Tim, Wayne, Gregory, Pascal, Ray Lead the Way, Mark, Cajon, Ashley, Cookie, Neef, Latoya, Samuel, Edvard, Lorraine, and Dan. Am I missing anyone? I'll give you 20 seconds. Nope. All right. I know it's a little delay, so let me just sit back, relax, catch your contact, sip your cognac. Let's all wash this money through this laundromat. What you know about that, Corey? You don't know about that. That's the firm. You muted, by the way, Corey. Tay. I'm missing Tay? All right, let's see. Am I missing Tay? Yeah, you are. You're right. All right, Tay, you in there. Oh, look, our bro pop back up. Kamari, you should be ineligible, but I'm going to put you in there anyway, Kamari. I'm definitely going to come on your show and try and win something, so I'm going to put you on there anyway. No doubt. I know she was here, Dan. It's all gravy. All right, so with that being said, good luck to everybody. I got you on there, Kamari. I got you, bro. You on there. Good luck to everybody. We're going to spin twice. Let's get to it. Woo, that was close. Whoa, that was close. All right, let me write this down. So we got Sam. Samuel wins the first one. All right, we got one more. We got one more to spin. Congratulations to Sam. One more to spin. And good luck to everybody. Wow. Gonna make the crossover. Miche with the win. All right, so I believe Sam is already core. Sam, you already in MDC, right? Miche, you are. I know Miche. I don't think Miche is. So Miche, I'll get you to MDC. Yeah. He said that. That's MDC, baby. I got you on that, Miche. Sam is already in the MDC, I believe. So, yeah, man. So anyway, couple things before we get out of here, man. Check out my episode on Assessment Matters. You want to hear me nerd out about some real estate. And also check out the most recent pod that I got with me and Corey got on the Buy the Hood page. That's fire. Oh, Sam's not. All right, so I got you too then. We got another Samuel in the MDC. All right, I got you. I was gonna pull the trigger today. All right, well, now you got a free month, bro. You got a free month on us. Just go ahead and give me the free try. Look, see, that's how it starts. Everybody in the junk. Can I get a subscription? By the way, for those
y'all can just go get a subscription.
Yeah, yo, for those who don't know,
spend $30 on us, and then
one of the things that we did for the MDC is we changed it. We made it $1 a day now,
and $30,
and you don't have to stay. The thing we did is to kind of like have more people see what we're doing. All we're basically doing is
that's basically a free month.
Yeah, because all that $30 is paid for storage for real. Like so. So what I'm saying is, for those who don't know, because a lot of people don't recognize that we made a change. Because it used to be, I think we started like $149.99. We was like, let's just make it $30 a month. Because the thing is, we make our money in the markets. So yeah, we changed the price structure. We made it $1 a day. It's literally $30 a month now. It's $1 a day.
Yeah.
First of all, you're gonna make $1 a day just by the stuff that we do with Fold. You're gonna get that back on the Fold card. So there's that. And Michelle, you in there at a perfect time because that Bitcoin class is coming. Also, I dropped that real estate joint there today. So I got you copping today. All right, Wayne. Look forward to seeing you back there. I didn't know you changed the price structure. Here he go. Our brother's already back there, man. Kamari's already back there, man. Kamari, we just gotta get you to make your trades at a timely fashion. Because you jumped in.
You be doing it all crazy.
Yeah, he popped up in the community last week after we already ran off with the money.
we ran off with the bag, showed the receipt.
We run into the trade. We all running away with money.
And Kamari jump in late.
Yo, Russ. I'm glad you said something, bro. I was getting ready to send you a text message because you disappeared off the face of the earth. I just want to make sure you're safe, bro.
No, he ain't disappeared, man. Russ be texting me, but I got 4 kids, Russ. My fault, bro. I'm trying to get back to you, man. Listen.
Corey's not ignoring you, bro.
I'm not ignoring you. I will be a permanent resident of Texan in like a month. So yeah, we gonna run the bag up. Yeah, man. I'm gonna be a permanent Texas resident.
Yeah, man. I was thinking about you the other day. Pause that, but I definitely was, and I was gonna shoot you a text, man. I'm like, where's Russ at, man? I ain't heard from Russ, man.
No, Russ is.
I'm just glad to see you doing okay, bro. That's all that matters. But yeah, we $1 a day now, man. So you can start your membership with MDC for $30. Fact is, if you don't like it, you can roll out. Like, you know what I mean? We ain't hold nobody hostage. Like,
ain't no hostages.
Because the thing is, the value is there. We know the value is there. So, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Listen, somebody cracked on a trade that we put out. So we do a Monday class. Somebody cracked on a trade that we talked about in the Monday class. And the inbox me was like, y'all want to pay for 2 years. I was like, we ain't even set up that way. But the fact is, they made enough to do that, right? So, and we got folks in our community that already started trading with us and hit an M already, documented. So, it ain't just us. Again,
couple people that hit the channel.
Yeah, they hit the M. They hit the $1 million already. So what I'm gonna say is this though. That goes back to the power of community, which is the title. See how we bring it all together, Core? We start with the power of community, we end with the power of community.
End with the power of community.
Yeah, man. Kamari, man, I just want to say you on the record again, bro. I appreciate you. I thank you for creating that art because I'm about to share it all over the world because I really was talking that talk. And, so thank you, brother. For everybody else, man, I want y'all to please stay safe out there, man. Please stay safe because the world is a crazy place. I just got an alert on my phone that it's a bomb scare at the airport in Miami. I'm like, what's going on? Like, I just have to look at my phone for a
get rid of Messi already.
I'm like, yo, this world is insane, bro. So please stay safe, y'all. We back here next Friday. For those that are behind the wall in the MDC, we have a live class Monday at 7 p.m. Go back in the real estate section now and check out the video I dropped earlier today. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. For those that have kids in the camp, our last week of our free camp is tomorrow morning. Shout out to everybody that's holding us down back there. Latoya, Jose, Monica, everybody. The MDC on Teachable. So it's a combination of Teachable and another platform we use called Circle. We have a vault with close to 300 classes now on Teachable. Everything from options to real estate, business credit. One of the most slept on classes back there is taught by Brianna. We call her the glue because she holds us all together. She has a class on mystery shopping.
Yep.
Showing folks how to make money on mystery shopping, to take that and then invest. So that's one of the most slept on classes back there. But that part is on Teachable. So, but yeah, man. So shout out to all the folks that helped us, Toya, Jose, that helped us do the camp. This is our last week of this year's camp. Another successful camp, almost done, Core. I'm proud of that work, man. And we got more work to do, man. Yo, so, and for the fellas out there, right? We're trying to put together something for men only in October in Philadelphia. Just literally, it's nothing for sale. We want to make it free. We just want brothers to come and network and build. and just have conversations about what's going on in the world. Like
bring
just
your male children.
If you got male children, so that's something that we're trying to work on now. We just have to find a venue for it, but that's something that we're really passionate about, is doing other things outside of our camp in the community. So for the men out there, be on the lookout for that, especially if you're in the area. And if you're not in the area, you should come in for it, man, because it's going to be a powerful event, because we got some professionals coming from all walks of life, non-professionals too. We just want to have a safe space for the men to build and have conversations that we generally can't have, man, because I tell you what, man, being a black man is a little different, bro.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little different. So, we're putting that together now. So stay on the lookout for that, the date and time and all that. Shout out to Chloe, who's in the class. Chloe said she better get a Listen.
We don't got no control over that. We have no control over your building slow internet either.
I mean, thank you, Greg. We appreciate you, bro. We appreciate you. Neef is crazy. All right, y'all, man. We'll see y'all back here next Friday. MDC, we see y'all Monday at 7. We love y'all. Please stay safe, y'all. Peace.